All right, this is the video for section 11.2. I'm going to talk about the area of a triangle first. And obviously we know area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 the base times the height. But in this particular section, you don't just have a singular triangle. Typically what you have is you have something that can be made into two triangles, or in sometimes more than two triangles. So if I cut this quadrilateral into two triangles, and I know that that's 20, and that's 20, and they tell me that xz is equal to 39, and they want to know what the area of this triangle is. Well, you have to do the individual triangles by themselves and then put them together. So you've got the area of the triangle is going to be, let's see, the small triangle, we'll go ahead and put some letters in here. So I've got the triangle XYZ is equal to 1/2 the base is XZ at 39, times the height, which is 21, giving me an answer of 409.5. Then you have this triangle down here, triangle XZW. Again, area is equal to 1/2. The base is going to be this part, so 39. But now the height is going to be 20. So I'm going to multiply that together, and I'm going to get 390 units squared. Obviously this is also units squared. Okay, and what you'll have to do then is add these two together, so you would get a total area of this whole thing of 799.5 units squared. So you're going to have to break it into its individual parts to be able to do this. All right, now I want you to try one. So again, you want to stop the video and then come back to it after you've gotten your answer. Okay, and you also know that AC equals 35. So go ahead and work it out, pause the video, and then come back and you see me work it out. All right, the triangle ABC is equal to 1/2 35 times 18. And triangle ACD is equal to 1/2 times 35 times 10. The answer here is 315. The answer here is 175. When you add it together, you're going to get 490 units squared. Okay. Then we're going to talk about a trapezoid. So that's a triangle. Trapezoid, finding the area of it, has another formula. So the area of a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 the height times base of 1 plus base of 2. Okay, a trapezoid, remember, is kind of what a elephant stands on at the zoo. This being the height, this being the base of 1 and base of 2, or the other way around, it doesn't really matter. So that's the area of a trapezoid. We're going to immediately put that on a coordinate plane. Let's say we have, I'll go ahead and draw it out rather than write it. T is -3, 4. V is 3, 4. W is 6, -1. And Z is -5, -1. Now, this one is relatively easy to do because you can figure out your base on the horizontal lines and you can figure out your height on the vertical lines. So this is going from -5 to +6, which is 11 units. This one's going from -3 to +3, which is 6 units. So I have both my bases. My height is going from -1 to +4, which is a height of 5. So area is equal to 1/2 5 times 6 plus 11. So that's going to give me 1/2 5 times 17, which is going to give me 42.5 units squared. Okay? All right, now you try one. U is -1, +2. R is 4, 2. S is 6, -1. And T is -2, -1. Now again, these are ones that you can count. If they're not horizontal, like this one and the last one, well, my dot's off. You might have to use the distance formula if they're sideways, but it will depend on the points. So go ahead and do it and come back to it. All right, area is equal to 1/2 the height. Now the height goes from -1 to +2, so it's 3. And the bases go from -2 to +6, so that's 8. From -1 to +4, so that's 5. So it's 8 plus 5. Multiply that out. You're going to find out that the area is 19.5 units squared. All right, the next shape is a rhombus. It also has a formula to go with it. Remember, the rhombus is kind of like a diamond, or we talked about it being a squished square, because on a rhombus, all of your sides are equal. That's your formula, 1/2 the diameter times the diameter. So if I have this rhombus, and I apply that formula, it's 1/2 CD, or AC, sorry, times BD. This diagonal times that diagonal, and you're going to take half of it. So let's go ahead and put it on a coordinate plane. I've got the point -1, 3, which is E, and then I have 2, 7, you have 5, 3, which is G, and then I have 2, -1, which is H. And they're going to tell you to find the coordinate of this rhombus, so they tell you. Now, you could do distance formula here and here and here and here, but you can see that these two line up, so technically I could just count from -1 to +7, which is an 8. And again, you could use the distance formula there, but if it's horizontal, you can count, and so that's a 6. So I have that the area is equal to 1/2 6 times 8, or 24 units squared. All right, now you try one. All right, here's one for you to do. We we have 0, 1, 4, 2, 3, -2, and -1, -3. All right, now this one you're going to have to use the distance formula on because it's not horizontal. So you would have to do the distance from M to P, so and then R to N. So when you do that, you're going to find out that MP is equal to 4.24 and NR is equal to 7.07. Again, if there's any problem with the distance formula, let me know. Okay, so the area is equal to 1/2 4.24 times 7.07, giving me 14.99 units squared. Sometimes you have to reverse the process, so we'll do one of these and then I'll give you your homework. I'm trying to keep it so that the timer on the camera doesn't run out on me. Let's say they give me a rhombus. Okay, and the X, Y, Z, W. And they said that it has an area of 100 meters squared and that XZ is 10. Okay, and they want me to find WY. So all I'm going to do is plug it into the formula. The formula for a rhombus is 1/2 d sub 1 times d sub 2. I know the distance, or not the distance, the area, I'm sorry. The area is equal to 100. So I have 1/2 times 10 times x. X is what I'm solving for. So I have 100 is equal to 5x, or x is equal to 20. So you would know that that other diameter is 20. Now they might give you those kind of problems with a triangle or those kind of problems with a trapezoid as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you your homework. This will be due noon on Thursday. So, oh no, my mistake. It will be due noon on Sunday because this is your Friday assignment. So that's due Sunday at noon.